in the United States Marine Corps, and this is my story. So why the Marine Corps? I come from a very long Navy family tree. I'm the only Marine in my entire bloodline. And it basically I'm the youngest of three boys, and the oldest is going to be retiring from the Navy soon. The middle went Army, field artillery, and I basically wanted no one to be able to say anything at Thanksgiving. So I joined the Marines and ended up going down a road less traveled. So I joined the Marines at 17, 2 days after high school graduation, went to Parris Island, and was, after all the training and stuff that goes into it, I was placed in 1-2, 1st Battalion, 2nd Marines out of Camp Lejeune, North Carolina, where we deployed to Iraq in 08 to 09, and then worked up and deployed to Afghanistan in 2010, where 2 months to the day, May 5th, 2010, I stepped on 10 pounds of homemade explosives, resulting in the immediate amputation of 3 limbs and ejecting me from the game. So again, 2010 was the May injury, ended up doing a lot of time in the ICU and the various wards of Bethesda National Naval Hospital in Maryland. And we ended up having to rebuild my arm from the elbow down. So I was up there for 2.5 years with all the surgeries and rehab and whatnot until I was able to either re-enlist or medically retire. And they really only had desk jobs available. I wasn't allowed to do anything that I would have thrived in. But they had jobs I would have been able to stay in if I wanted to, and chose medical retirement and starting a family with my then wife. And yeah, we moved to St. Augustine, Florida, and built our home there and started a life, 2 wonderful children later. And now we are no longer together, but it's on great terms. And now I'm a part-time stay-at-home father. So we have 50-50 custody. So we once a week, Wednesday to Wednesday, I don't have kids. And when I don't have them, I'm basically running around with Lance and SFH and doing everything I can to motivate and empower veterans and or anyone who's out there feeling like no one sees the fight that they're fighting. I've always tried to use the monster that is social media for good. Via Facebook, I would constantly share just anything I thought was positive or funny or dark humor, whatever it was, and just trying to brighten anyone's day. If I got one person to smile, it was a day well spent. And people used to joke all the time about me sharing stuff constantly. And then TikTok, out of nowhere, people started to want to hear my story there. So I've started only a couple months ago. I started doing the Nub Talks, which is, again, just a play on TED Talks. And the opening one was a blanket, "This is what I am. If you have questions, please let me know." And I ran with people's questions and did videos per question and tried to answer everyone as honestly and candidly as possible to give them insight into something they're curious about. I almost feel like I was made for this life because I don't know, I've always been upbeat and positive and, okay, this is what we have left, let's go. And figure out what we can do with all this and go have a good time or go do whatever. I've never dwelled on the things I can't change. And the list of those is long. There's many things that I can't, nothing, no crying, whining, sitting in the corner, sad, is going to fix my limbs or loss of friends or any of that stuff. But positivity and being able to reach people that way after you've been through so much, it motivates people to hopefully push through whatever it is they're fighting. And that is food for my soul. And it makes me very happy to hear anyone say that they're gonna push harder because of the smile on my face. I'm not allowed to say the F one. Still effing here is what SFH stands for. Yeah, and again, I can't say what the F is, but still effing here. And again, it's not only for veterans, it is a for-profit clothing company where 50% of our net proceeds will always go to various charities supporting cancer survivors, abuse survivors, addiction survivors, veterans, anyone proud of the fight they have fought.